Thank you very much, that's great.
Right, I'm Alison. How can I help you?
Well, obviously, I don't know if you know, were you actually dealing with it away back then?
Are you talking about the abandonment and recovery of property? Yes.
Right, so I came in and actually told you that there had been 2 floods. There was an issue at the door, which was a reason why the back door was in the state it was in. There had been 2 floods in the property, which I had informed you about. I'd also given you my updated telephone number, which you didn't update in the...
Right, what exactly is it that your information that you're looking for, Mr. Ballantyne?
No,
because at the point when we recovered the property, you've got a 6-month period where you can dispute that through the court.
Do you mind if we just work through this so I can actually get this, so we actually get it nailed down, and then you can ask me anything after. So I had informed you that there had been 2 floods. It wasn't as if you had me told, so I wasn't obviously going to live in a place that was flooded. I was at 1 month behind in the actual rent because I had to stay somewhere else because there had been 2 floods in the property, which you were informed about. You knew the floods were there and you knew what was happening. I gave you another phone number which you didn't update in your system. So you had the number and you didn't update it. So this was, and then you came to the door, which I'd already said there was going to be a problem at the door, and it was better for me, even there had been 2 floods anyway, I had to find a location to stay, wasn't given any help, and I was only 1 month behind in my payments. Somebody tried to attack the back door, and there was a problem there, which I'd already said there might be a problem here. I'd given you my phone number to tell you, because obviously the 2 floods I had to live away from the property because there was damp and I had to dry out the property, and I had to find somewhere else to live, which I wasn't given any help for at that point by you. So I don't understand how you've actually contacted me by letter to the property when I've actually come in. I actually physically came into Blantyre at the time and told you that I was actually living somewhere else. Now let me just finish the whole thing, and then you can let me just answer the full thing. So I'd been living there 4 years 2 months. I had no problems with the property prior to this. I'd been living there for a long time. I had the right to buy within 10 months, which I was then not able to actually purchase the property like thousands of other people. I was denied the opportunity after spending nearly 4 years 2 months at the property. And for those 4 years 2 months, I never had any problems with the property, never had problems with neighbours. I've got no problems with anybody else that was in the street. There was no issues with me as a tenant. Yet, after the 2 floods and the situation that had arisen out of the blue, that me having to live somewhere else, me telling you guys, and I'm not talking about you specifically because I don't know whether it was you personally that didn't update the system, but it's certainly in the records that were given to my lawyer at the time, that you hadn't updated the phone number, so thereby not being able to phone me. So that's a clerical error by South Lanarkshire Council, that you didn't update the phone number to contact me through the phone, even though I had come and given you.
Right. Basically, we recovered your property back in 2011.
That's correct.
Right. You went to a lawyer approximately about a year later.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
And your lawyer was told at that time, see, after we've recovered a property, you have got a 6-month period where you can appeal that at the court.
Yeah.
So that 6-month period had passed. We informed your lawyer of that, and you've got no recourse to.
Yeah, but that's not what I've asked you. I've just told you what the actual things were. So I went to the lawyer. You're right. That's right. And the lawyer didn't do anything. Again, I mean, I'm absolutely staggered.
Because your 6-month.
No, but they still have taken you to court, and they didn't do that.
Well,
it wasn't.
That would be between yourself and your lawyer, because you have only got a 6-month period where you can challenge us taking that property.
But I had to go through your procedures before I went to the lawyer, and I went through the lawyer. It went through your procedures, and you didn't do anything either. Your procedures.
No, because your 6-month period.
No. I had done it. No. I had done it prior to that. I'd actually contacted you again.
Well, not according to our records. At no point do we have any note of you communicating with us saying that you did not intend to stay in that property, that you were living elsewhere.
So even though that you knew they had flood, I came in.
The repair section were trying to get hold of you to carry out
But I've
repairs.
just
Now, if your property had been flooded and it was found that you couldn't live in that property due to repairs needing done, we would have moved you into a decamp property.
But you knew this.
But repairs.
But you knew this.
Repairs didn't get access to get in to get any repairs carried
So
out.
let me just go back here, and I've already tried to explain this. I came into Blantyre and spoke to the person directly in Blantyre, gave them my new phone number, which you didn't update, which is documented in the actual papers that were given to my lawyer about the episode. So you haven't updated your documents. This was your situation. It wasn't mine. I came in and gave you the phone number. And can I just
We could debate about
No. I just want to finish. But
no recourse.
But you knew that the place was flooded as well. You knew the place was flooded because it was reported to you by my neighbour.
Mr. Ballantyne, there's nothing that we can do about that property.
I know, but I just
So
don't.
we could stand here and debate things from like 8 years ago, like all day. At the end of the day, the tenancy was recovered, and you've got no recourse to.
I know, but I think it's disgusting. I'm absolutely disgusted. It's because of because of the incompetence here that you knew that I hadn't you hadn't updated my thing, and because I updated my phone number, and I don't know why you put a letter through the door, and you also stole all my furniture. So I didn't give you permission to take my furniture. You should have put that in storage for me to actually repossess it, and you should have used the phone number that you didn't update in your system to contact me. And you knew there was 2 floods in the property. So there was already problems with that. You didn't take any of that into consideration, and I should have at least been redressed for the theft of my furniture. I didn't give you the right to steal my furniture.
Your furniture wasn't stolen, your furniture was disposed of.
Well, I didn't ask you to do that. So if I take yours and dispose...
You had abandoned that property.
Didn't abandon it. I gave you my phone number, and there was floods in the property, so it's not abandonment.
We took the property back through abandonment.
Because that was a mistake by you.
And we made the decision to dispose of them, because the cost to store them, we couldn't recoup that.
So you just didn't bother phoning me, right? So let me ask you a question. So you knew there was floods in the property, correct?
I knew there was repairs needing done.
No, there was repairs on the back door.
Going back like 8 years, I cannot remember.
Right, I do remember. And there was floods in the property that obviously I couldn't stay in a flooded property, correct? And I didn't receive any help from you to actually move out of that property, even though you knew it was flooded.
No, well, I've just explained to you, if an inspector inspects a property and says that repairs are needing done and that house is not fit for that person to stay in, while those repairs are needing done, we would move you temporarily.
Well, that's fine, but why did you not update my phone number when I came in and gave you my updated phone number? Why did you not update it on your system?
You're asking me to remember something that was 8 years ago?
It's in your notes.
If I was given a phone number, I would have updated it.
Well, that's not the point. The council did not update that. So this was a clerical mistake by you.
Mr. Ballantyne, you've got no recourse here. You would have had to challenge this through the court.
I did, and I was denied that as well. Turnbull Karen.
No, you didn't take it through the court. You went to a lawyer.
And the lawyer stopped it.
Your lawyer was responded to.
And the lawyer didn't.
And they've realised, the 6 months have passed. There's no recourse here. There's nothing.
That's very fortuitous for you. So I was then in Dubai. I was in Dubai and came home and went to Cambuslang. When I went into Cambuslang, I was asked if I had any connection to this council. Now my name's Ballantyne. We basically come from here as generically. If you check on the internet, this is where we come from as an area, and I'm having to prove that what my connection is with the area. I was brought up here. I went to all my schooling here. I've lived here, lived in Stonehouse and Bodwell, and I've got to that day.
What is this in relation?
If you'd let me finish. That day I went in, and your receptionist says, "What connection do you have to the area?" And I've got to have a father or a mother or a brother staying there, even though I've been brought up here. That day, a black African guy, not a black Scottish guy, an African guy with an African accent came up and he was handed a set of... there was no black people in Lanarkshire virtually. He's come in. So I'm asking, my question is, as people who have not been here, not grew up here, not paid any taxes, getting preferential treatment, and I've got to prove that I'm actually from here, even though I was brought up in this county.
I really don't get what your questions
well, sorry,
why
do you want
you
me-
asked at a reception desk?
Exactly. So, well, it's your guys. Same ways, why did you not update my phone number on the policy? Why am I having to prove that I'm actually got a connection in the county that I grew up? I didn't grow up in anywhere
What
else.
was your inquiry? What did you come in?
For housing, because I came back, I'd already been your tenant for 4 years, 2 months, and now I wouldn't be able to get my way out of poverty because I wouldn't have the right to buy, because that was cancelled after your mistakes by not updating the policy.
What was your inquiry about? Was it
Getting
for a
housed.
housing application?
I had came back from Dubai. I'd been away for a number of years, and I came back from Dubai, and I went in. I think it was about 2015, 2016. Went to Cambuslang, and again, I'm getting told that I've not got a right to get housed in my own county, even though I went to all my schooling here, brought up here, and I've got to prove.
Well, nobody at a Q&A desk would give you that information, because
I'm telling you, that's what happened.
That's not their job to do that.
Well, that's what they did. That's what they did, and they told me I had to have a kid. Well, let me just finish
Right,
what
but
I'm saying.
I can't answer for another
Let me just finish what I'm saying to you. So they've said to me that I've had to get a personal connection. So like my mother or father has got to be still living here, right? My father's dead. He died. He was living in Lanarkshire prior to him dying, which happened when I was in Dubai, and my mother stays in Millport, but she lived in Bothwell for years and years and years. But then they moved out in Bothwell. My cousin stays in Douglas. I've got other family stays.
What was your inquiry when you were
For to be housed again in 2015.
You were looking for a housing application. You would have been given a form at that point.
No.
Because that's not up to you
They
ask all
listen,
sorts of questions if you're just wanting a housing application.
they asked me.
But I can't answer for another department.
But why is a guy obviously asking getting housed, and I'm getting questions about whether or not I've got connections with my own the county that for generations we've lived here.
We can't discuss like anybody else's application.
He was standing right next to me at the reception. He came in standing right next to me, and your reception's questioning me about.
It's the same as if you were given a set of keys and then somebody came in and questioned why you were given them. We couldn't discuss that.
Wasn't a set of keys. We were talking about application forms at your reception desk in Cambuslang. So I'm having to prove that I'm Scottish, or not Scottish, but I'm from Lanarkshire.
Application, and a minute ago it was keys. You said that.
Never mentioned keys. Never mentioned keys. Never mentioned keys.
The applications are there, and Q&A wouldn't have questioned you over it.
Well, you're obviously now calling me a liar twice. Then, so you're saying I'm a liar about the floods, and now you're calling me a liar about my thing about.
Did I say?
Well, that's what you're saying. I'm being susceptible.
I can't answer for another department. Q&A are a separate department. So
Right.
I can't answer. They will have, they record like people that come in, although if it's just for a housing application form, they would just give you the form.
Didn't give me the form.
Well, that's no Q&A's decision to make, as
Well,
to whether you get a form.
Well, that's what happened to Cambuslang. Remember, it was happened to
But
Cambuslang.
I can't answer for another department. Q&A are a separate department.
So let me ask you a question.
Resource.
What's the process? The process for me being housed? What do I have to have connection with this county to actually be housed in this county? What's my connection to it? I require.
If you're wanting to be housed here, you go online and you complete a housing application form.
So, but I don't need a connection to be housed here.
Not for a housing application. You can go online and complete a housing application.
And I complete the application and submit it. Do I need a connection once the actual thing's submitted?
No.
So there doesn't. So what were they talking about then in 2016?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying to you. I can't answer for another department when that isn't the information that they should have gave you. If you'd went and wanted a housing application form, they should
Some
have
very
had
funny
the
happening in South
application form.
Lanarkshire, honestly. I mean, and I have to say I'm underwhelmed by that. Not only that, everything that's happened by your department has had knock-on effects. So everything that you've done for me, not actually allowing me to do, which would be the normal procedure for what I would have expected to be done. Let me just finish. Getting a flood, I would expect to be rehoused. You then complained about me being behind in my rent because I had to rehouse myself because it wasn't done, and I told you. You then sent a letter through my door, which I had already given you, came in, walked over to Blantyre, given you my updated phone number, which you then didn't update in your system. I mean, it's quite a staggering amount. You're quite lucky I never got it within 6 months, because I would like to see somebody objective looking at this to find out what they actually thought of it. And then I was kicked out. You stole all my furniture. Not only the fact of being a low-paying job, I didn't have the right to buy. Now they've cancelled the right to buy. I won't. It would be very difficult to get in the house in Lanarkshire, and all of that is thanks to your cavalier attitude to the money that is taken by taxes that we've paid for generations. Now I'm getting told that I'm not actually even eligible to get housed here in the county that I basically was brought up in. Well, at the time, that's what happened. Well, that's what happened at my time. That's what happened.
You can go into South
That's what happened at the time.
And complete a house.
It's too late now. I've already had to fight and spend 2 years in homeless accommodation once I came back from Dubai after spending 2 years starving on the streets, and that's partly thanks to you and your department and what you've actually done on that period of time. 4 years, 2 months. I had 10 months and I had the right to buy in that place, and I was denied it because of the cavalier attitude, because you guys couldn't update your system.
Well, unfortunately.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's okay. Well, as long as you're getting your mortgage paid for and your salary, that's great. Thanks very much for your time.